with some arc, and Durant sends it back.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
Curry, good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And so here's Memphis. 6-point game. Conley against Curry. Parsons outside. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. Just 5 on the clock. Here's McLemore. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong. Boy, think about last season for Kevin Durant, guys. He was putting up yet another MVP-type season before that knee injury made him miss extended time. But then he comes back, and he's the MVP of the NBA Finals. I think he'd make that trade, guys.
Evans, he's checked in for Jarrell Martin. Warriors leading by 6. Here's Curry, and Curry with the stuff.
Well, don't sleep on Steph Curry now. He might throw it down every now and again.
The Grizzlies have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Stolen by Durant. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night. And so here's Memphis. So timeout called here, the first for Memphis. And something that surprised me last season was the play of Kevin Durant on the defensive end. He's always been, Doris, considered a solid defender, but he seemed to make a bigger jump last year in how he impacted that end of the floor.
Well, let's remember, Kev, that there was so much talk about who would protect the rim for the Golden State Warriors when Kevin Durant came aboard. Turns out he was their rim protector. This guy has a career high in blocks and formed an incredible duo with Draymond Green up front. Just great stuff.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Andrew Harrison's checked in for Memphis. The Grizzlies trail by 12. On the wing, Evans, defended by Durant. Shot clock at 6. To end the drought. They get the rebound. Gasol.
Funny, for so long, Brother Powell was thought to have the much better career, but Mark has made the gap between them all the more closer.
And he's good on the second.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
And Marc Gasol becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him, you're the best center in the game, go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
Now here's Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Andre Iguodala. Memphis shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And so he makes both from the line. Well, you look back in the last 3 seasons of the Golden State Warriors, just an incredible run and record in every season. Some, in fact, Doris, are the best basketball the NBA has ever seen.
I think, Kev, we're going to look back at these Warriors teams and feel like we're lucky to have been able to see it live. How about 67, 73, and 67 wins the last 3 years? They have been the team to beat in all of those seasons. Such a special run.
Here's Gasol. After the Warriors pick up 3. Davis sets a screen. Here's Harrison. The Grizzlies with another miss.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Iguodala, that's good.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Harrison, guarded by Curry. Down low, here's Davis, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, ran his man right into the pick and got the open look. Basketball 101.
Curry passes to Livingston. Iguodala against Davis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. They get Marc Gasol.
You know, if you ask most coaches in the league who is the best player off the bench, they'll probably tell you Andre Iguodala. He just gives you so much, right? The ability to be a playmaker, to make open shots. He's an incredible floor leader for the second unit. Everything you could ask for in a sub, it's Andre Iguodala.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. White comes in for Marc Gasol, and it's Troy Daniels in for James Ennis. Kicks it to Iguodala. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Harrison kicks to Evans. Off with the layup.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Right back after this break. And the Grizzlies, a team that's dealt with their share of tough.
We feel like we're a team that's
Defense, really their identity. That's how they win. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Not at all. Every time they get the ball, they're looking to burn the defense in transition.
They've got Harrison. Davis is out there with Tyreek Evans. Then it's Brandon Wright, and it's Daniels in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Grizzlies making a switch here. Martin's checked in. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Harrison kicks to Daniels. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Martin. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Martin's got his first bucket of the night. The Warriors shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. The drive by Iguodala. Feeds it to Livingston. The three. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Doors, every team now is looking for bigs who can rebound, block shots, defend in the perimeter, and hit the face-up jump shot, which we've seen. But now they're moving outside. That's asking a lot of the versatility from that one position. So when you think of that, who fits the bill in your mind?
Well, the guy who was eye-popping in limited action was Mr. Joel Embiid. What a great personality and a diverse skill set on the offensive end. Anthony Davis and Karl Anthony Towns, both from the University of Kentucky, have the kind of skill set that I think makes them the prototypical next-generation NBA player. Those guys can step away, make three-point opportunities. Both can face up, put it on the deck, and go in either direction. Both can go with their back to the basket. I mean, what a luxury for those coaches to have a big man with those capabilities.
And that one drops for him.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Dave. Oh, wow.
Wow, Iguodala, an incredible dunk. Woo, did he leave the ground quickly.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. Tyreek Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Evans. McLemore has come in for Troy Daniels. And it's Conley in for Andrew Harrison. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
I love the mindset of Draymond Green. This guy is constantly on the lookout for an open teammate.
Now here's Conley. Tight defense on him. Poke loose. Here's Livingston. Green. And Green is right there. Green's got his first points of the game.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Pachulia against Wright. Parsons on the wing. Bangs home the trifecta. Parsons got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Livingston. They grab their own miss. Out to Thompson. A three-pointer is right on target. Thompson's got 5.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Wright dishes to Parsons. Rejected by Young. Pass to Livingston. He kicks it to Green. Parsons with it. Here's Livingston. Another 3 for Golden State.
You know, building up confidence as the game goes on. Hit one from behind the arc in the opening period. 2 here in the second.
There's a screen. Parsons outside. McLemore with the ball. Working on Green. Goes up the baseline. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 3rd rebound on the night. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Another 3 for Golden State.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done. Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that 4th or 5th star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through, and that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Marc Gasol has checked in for Wright. Deontay Davis comes in for Jarrell Martin. Ennis, he's checked in for Parsons. And it's Selden in for Ben McLemore.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
Hard to believe that for a long time the Warriors were one of the bottom-dwelling teams in the NBA. When this ownership group took over, it completely changed the franchise.
Right. There were some highs for Warrior fans if you think about the Rick Barry era, the Run TMC years, and of course We Believe. But this team clearly has been the high point of this franchise. I admire Warriors fans because even through the losing, they stuck with their team.
Here's Gasol, again Memphis.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
And that one's good. Durant.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you've got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Curry against Conley. Davis kicks to Selden. There's the dish to Gasol over Pachulia. And so it's the Golden State Warriors ahead by 26 points as we get... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille. Andre Iguodala wasted no time getting hot. He had 12 points and 1 steal. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of...
And we're just about ready for the start.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if they're... And for Memphis, they're shooting well. They're at 45%. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. lethal shooting pair of Clay and KD out on the perimeter. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Curry in at the point guard.
Well, Green likes to push the pace, that's for sure. Great at making his way up the court and getting to the right spot.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Here's Gasol. And that one hits back iron.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Parsons against Green. Outside Conley. The high post shot. Gasol can't get that one to fall.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
Oh, and the jam by Durant.
How about the quick jump from Kevin Durant? He was impressive on that one.
Durant's gone 80% from the field, 4 of 5 shooting. Conley kicks to Gasol. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And with Green, it just seems that as long as he's going to be in the league, he'll be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Greg has been that dominant on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing's for certain, you don't want to go at him when you need a bucket. Views it as a challenge, almost an insult if a guy wants to attack him. And he just has a knack for making winning plays on the defensive side of the floor.
And it's good for 2.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Well, I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
Andrew Harrison's checked in for Martin. And Golden State also making a change. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Draymond Green. Harrison kicks to Evans. 13 feet away. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Knocked away. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And the dunk by West.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Curry kicks to Iguodala. Thompson outside. Off target from three-point range.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Doris, you ended a very successful college career a few years before professional women's basketball was fully established. How much do you wish you could have had a chance to go pro and play in what is now the WNBA?
How about this, Kev? The last 10 minutes of my senior season, the last 10 minutes of my final game, I blow out my knee. Otherwise, I would have gone to either Sweden or Ireland to play professionally. But sure, of course I wish the WNBA was formed. It came 10 years after my graduation in 1987. Oh, what could have been.
Yeah. And Doris is thriving, right? I mean, there is such a following for the WNBA.
Last year's finals may be the most competitive in history. It's really grown leaps and bounds.
So fun to watch.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Evans against Curry. Now the Warriors moving it up. Over Evans. Out to West. Pass to Curry. Back to West. The feed now to Thompson. The shot's good on the assist by West. 14 points for Klay Thompson.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Parsons outside. Here's Gasol. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he's not going to do it with those kinds of shots.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Now here's McLemore outside. Sinks the triple. McLemore's got his second bucket tonight.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And it's good, 2 points. That's 12 points for Steph Curry.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Gasol, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Greg's 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals. And a lot to be said for that consistency. But, of course, everyone's in this for the rings. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender.
Outside Conley, just 5 to shoot. And the 3 off target.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Memphis. The Warriors shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And the Warriors making a change here. Pachulia is checked in. Boom, he jams it straight down.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Good on the triple. McCaw has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Grizzlies had made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. Gasol hits them both. Here's Livingston. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Warriors on top, running away with it. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Great start, fellas. Play, your cutting is awesome.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Warriors shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. They've got Selden. Brandon Wright is out there with Davis. Then it's Ennis, and it's Daniels in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
The pass to Selden. Ball's knocked loose. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really, catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Doris, you've interviewed so many great players and coaches. What are some of the key personality traits that stars seem to share?
Yeah, I would say it's probably like somebody who's either a lawyer or a doctor, right? They're always A-type personalities.
Yeah.
They're competitive. They're perfectionists. They have great capacity for work. I don't think you make it to the NBA unless you're incredibly committed.
Well said. Here's Davis. They can't stop the run with that one.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
Livingston, that's good.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Selden. He's covered by Livingston. Here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
And you think about it, for so long, the Grizzlies were kind of the throwback team. I mean, they had the two bangers in the front court, and they really rejected that whole pace and space movement. But finally, they've come around, retooling their lineups to get more shooting on the floor.
Now Daniels. Here's Zeldin. He's covered by Livingston. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Unloads. Daniels, no good. And Greg, you look at the changes for the Grizzlies, looking for versatility and adaptability in their players.
Yeah, grit and grind, still the identity, but you got to be able to space the floor and cover pick and rolls. The era of a post-up centric basketball team doesn't seem to be in the future.
Here's Livingston. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake.
Still looking for his first triple of the half. He had 3 at the break.
There's a good screen. And Wright kicks to Daniels. Knocks it loose. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Caspi, and the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Over to the left wing. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 just slips away.
You look at the height of Sean Livingston, Doris, and how he is able to both score and facilitate for others. He is a coach's dream in that regard.
Well, Sean Livingston is a mismatch nightmare because with his size, he can shoot over most point guards in the post or in the mid-range. But then if you put a bigger player on him, he can create mismatches at other positions. He's a tough guard.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And the second free throw, good. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Pachulia, then Pachulia with the dunk.
Pachulia's toughness on display, skies for the easy finish.
Daniels kicks to Ennis. Martin with a screen on Young. They double him with West. Passes it to Harrison. Got a piece of it. 6 to shoot. He gets stolen by Livingston. All alone. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And it's Martin missing. Warriors have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Shots good from Young.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
But it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
Ennis kicks to Martin. Here's Harrison. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Wow, hats off to him for making that one. You can't find a much tougher shot than that.
Out to the right wing. Here's McCaw. Banked in off the glass. McCaw has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Ennis passes to Harrison. They double him with West. Dishes it to Daniels. It's Martin on the wing. Pass to Harrison. Shot clock at 5 from 13. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pass to McCaw. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Deontay Davis is checked in for Memphis. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pachulia with the steal. Yep, that one goes in there.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
No, I think that they've been locked in during this game. They didn't let the opposing crowd get to them at all. This has been pure domination.
It's deflected. West outside, and there's the pass to McCaw. Out to West. Over to the left wing. Livingston dishes to Young. And here's West from the arc. Off target. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before.